I wanted to take just a quick opportunity to share something with you guys. I recently shot epoxy primer on my wheel tubs there, as well as the inside of my rear quarter panels and everywhere on this car, underneath the roof, everywhere you can think of. And I did the stupidest thing you could ever imagine that could be done. I forgot to add in my catalyst to make sure that my epoxy primer got hard. So after a couple of days, my epoxy primer was still soft. I ultimately found that the best way to get that old, non-hard epoxy primer off of all of these panels was to take an angle grinder with a wire wheel, hence why my shop is absolutely filthy. Everywhere you look, everything is just covered in this black dust stuff. A lot of guys seem to think that the best way to try and blast off the hard to reach areas, you know, where a wire wheel won't get to, is to use one of those things. That's an outdoor media pressurized blaster. I gotta be honest with you, those things are very finicky in that in order to come up on pressure, they waste quite a bit of media coming out at a high volume, low pressure first in order to get operating. And then once they get going, it takes so much CFM to actually operate them that your 80-gallon, 5-horsepower air compressor is not even going to come close to keeping the thing operating. And so at the end of the day, they don't go terribly fast in terms of actually accomplishing work unless you got a massive air compressor. So I found that the best way to do this, here I am fixing to go around the outer edges of the roof of my car where the wire wheel won't go, you know, little areas like that right there, is to use an outdoor media blast kit. That's basically this stuff right here. Blast gun, pickup tube going right into a bucket, hooked up through an air foot pedal. I'll put a link down below in the description where you can get one of those things on our website. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, don't get a pressurized blaster unless you have a massive air compressor. The best way to go is just to use one of those things there and proceed to blast all of the areas that you can't get to, like I'm about to do on this roof. I think at the end of the day, I'm probably going to have 15 to 18 hours in removing all of that non-catalyst hardened epoxy primer from the inside of my quarter panels. There's another quarter panel right there. It's just an absolute mess. I wanted to share that with you guys in case anybody ran into that. I found that's the smart way to do it. Y'all have a great weekend. Merry Christmas.